What's up, player?
Man, chilling, man. What's going on with you, man?
Hey, man, I'm just working, man, living the dream,
I
trying
hear
to
you, man.
trying to work till I retire so I can finally relax.
Yeah,
Hey,
that's how it goes.
hey, welcome everybody to another episode of the Finally Financial Podcast. I'm your host, Eric T. Jackson, and we have a great guest, AD. His name is Anthony Degrate. He's a Waco legend, a Waco playground legend. My dude. Uh
Man, he painted a picture.
hey man, this dude and me go way back like four flat ties.
Yes,
Uh
indeed, my boy.
I knew him even before we were teammates. So AD, what's up, baby?
Oh man, chilling, man. Maintaining. Always good to see you. Always good to talk to you.
Yes,
No,
sir.
we like brothers, like you say. We down like four flats on the Cadillac, man. East Central Texas, the little connection because we ran Marshall. We played them 2 years. T's a little younger. I was a
Yeah.
part of a Waco team that whipped the defending state champion Marshall Mavericks.
No, we won state
The,
that
the
year.
following year. Well,
Yeah. Yeah.
whatever. We whooped
Hey,
y'all.
hey, man, we got the
We
ring
beat
though,
y'all.
baby. Hey,
That's okay. That's
like
okay.
Lil Wayne say, if you wanna stop us from getting the ring, you gotta play D.
But
Hey,
I guess,
you heard that God did track, man? That thing is nice.
yeah,
I
they
like.
do their thing, man. They do their thing. But,
Okay, I know.
when I do listen to a little rap, hey, for what's my boy Willie Butler's Goody Mob, you know what I'm saying? Little conscious rap. Hey, Willie, if you listen, I'm on a little K Reno too, buddy.
Me too. I just got on K Reno, bro.
Man, the best rapper in the world,
That
man.
boy is live, right?
Man, that dude is cold. Me and my homeboy we going back and forth all the time. Man, you put him in front of Jay Z and all them, man, eat them up. I don't
I
care
ain't
what
gonna say
nobody
all
say.
that. He'll hold his
Man, you
own. I can tell you that.
crazy.
He'll hold his
He
he'll
would
hold his
get with
own,
Pimp
man.
T. I mean, he would get with Jay Z then, man.
Yeah, no,
You
that's what
better
I mean.
listen to
He'll
the
get with him.
metaphor.
Yeah,
Okay, yeah, the metaphors, baby.
I
That dude be
know
spitting, man.
he
He's
do.
amazingly amazing.
Hey man, let's get into the interview, bro.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So like I was saying, we go way back. Uh,
Yeah.
team Teammates in college, roommates in
Roommates.
college. Yeah,
Yes.
roommate boy.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
used to make that baked chicken and ramen noodles, boy. Something to die
Hey,
for.
made it do what it do, baby.
Hell yeah.
Don't forget about the ranch style beans. That
And
was
I was thinking that, but I didn't mention it. And the ranch
hey,
style
I got
beans,
hey
absolutely.
T. Since we
What's
on that
up?
real quick, I gotta give a shout out to Yo Harris. No, Yo used to hook me up on the meat, man. She was sliding, how you slide across a little beep,
Yeah,
little scanner.
yeah.
Man, Yo would take 2 or 3 packs of meat and maybe slide one this time, another 2 or 3 packs of meat, and like invisibly slide it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm getting probably about $40 worth of food for $13. So
13
shout out to Yo
bone.
if anybody. Yeah.
Shout
So
out
if
to
anybody
Yo
listening, tell Yo, I remember that. Yeah.
already. Yeah.
I wasn't
Yo.
like pal to stick it in their girdle, and you know what I'm saying? Got a
Yeah.
pocket full of money, stick it in his girdle anyway.
Hey man, I was telling my niece, man,
Man,
we didn't get stipends back in the day, man. We had to
right,
do what we do.
right.
So let me ask you this, man. So
Hmm?
this interview, uh, this is a financial channel, but let me ask you this: you when did you first want to be like a professional football player, man? Because when I was,
Um,
let me just set this real quick. So I met you. It had to be like spring of '95,
yeah.
and it was like my freshman year, and you were there, and I thought you were the biggest, fastest movo that I had like ever seen. Like
Oh wow.
I was perplexed at how big you were and how fast your butt could move. So, coming from Marshall, I'd seen my share of nice athletes, but I had never seen anybody as big and fast as you, brother.
Oh man.
So when did you decide that when did you think that you could play pro, or when did you want to play? Was it
Well,
early?
man, it goes back, T man, to back in the day, and growing up in the projects, man. We used to play throw 'em up, eat 'em up.
Yep,
And
yep.
you watched it on TV. You had
Hmm.
ambitions. Of course, growing up, we were, where we lived at, most everybody were Dallas Cowboy fans.
Okay.
I'm a big dude. I was Tony Dorsett. I was Drew Hill. I was Tony Hill. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
everybody thought they was running back, playing through them, beat them up.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it started then. I started playing little league football. I didn't play until I was 10 because
Okay.
I was always too big
Were
to
you?
play Pop Warner.
They had the
And
weight
then in the
limit.
Outlaw
Yeah.
League,
Yeah.
yeah. Then the Outlaw League came about, man, where as long as you were underage, you could be big as a house. I started there. You know what I'm saying?
Dominating.
It was kind of intimidating. Even though I was the biggest, huh?
I said
Say it
you was
again.
you was probably dominating.
No, man. Believe it or not, I was intimidated, not dominated,
Word.
intimidated, man. Yeah,
Word.
man, we had some dogs come through, man. Oh my God.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
had some, man. Oh man, and that's what I liked about Little League. Even now, I'm involved with kids in Little League, trying to reestablish it, man. Because now it's more about cosmetics and guys living dreams through kids, and whatnot. But anyway, that's a whole
Yeah.
nother topic. We can make that a
Right.
podcast too. Now we need to touch on that. But
Yes,
anyway,
sir.
I started playing at 10 years old, and like I say, a little intimidated the first couple of years, but as I got bigger, as I got older, smarter, bigger, faster, stronger, and started to realize, and watching it more on TV,
Hmm.
got into the college game, and
Yeah.
hey, I could do that.
Oh, okay.
And I had I had some success in high school. I was a decent high school player coming out of Waco.
Man,
Uh,
don't sell yourself short, man. I know
I'm not,
everything
but one thing that the good word teaches to let others esteem you. So I'm gonna try
already.
to keep it as humble as I can. You know what
So
I'm saying?
absolutely. So
Now,
so so
yeah, yeah.
let me esteem you right now.
Okay. Since
So
she wants to go right ahead. Now I'll just listen.
so out of high school, I remember you were pretty highly rated defensive lineman. You know what I'm saying? I know y'all had a bunch of D1 cats on those Waco teams. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So in my opinion, you probably could have went to a lot bigger university than SFA. So my question is what led you to SFA?
Oh, do you want me to lie to you and make it sound fly to you? This was the thing, man.
You
I mean,
tripping?
hey, I'm gonna tell you like this, Phil.
Yeah, I'll be
That
honest.
was how long ago was that? That was almost 30 years ago for us, right? I
28,
can
yeah.
tell it like it is. I'm gonna tell you the truth. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know nobody nothing. I'm not scared. I actually had a head coach that didn't like me. I wasn't a bad guy. Pimp. I'm the same. Well, T. I'm the same guy coming and going.
Yeah.
Love to laugh, love to have fun. I've been the
Yep.
same dude, man.
Yep.
But for some reason, I wasn't one of my high school coach's favorite people. You know what I'm saying, so to speak.
That's hard to believe, man.
And
That's hard to believe.
man, believe it. I'm like any other kid. I love the roast. You remember that? We used to do that at
Yeah.
SFA.
Heck
I
yeah.
love the roast. I love to laugh. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? I'm the same. It's still the same.
Hmm.
And I was getting the letters from the LSU's. Man, actually going to my senior year, I'm every morning I went to summer school to get English 4 out of the way. So my second semester of high school, I'm just gonna parlay, skip school. What they have. Oh man, real talk. Had my car. Boy, I had an Oldsmobile '98. Hey man, I could put 7 people in my car, get $2 a piece. You know what I'm saying? Hey, that's
Yeah.
$14. $8 on gas, six
Uh-huh.
dollars on lunch. But
Already.
anyway, I was on top of my stuff academically, but I actually passed the test late. But there were some kids that he actually had the scouts to hold on to, even though they passed test late as well. But I wasn't one of his favorite guys, man.
Hmm.
And it's funny we talking about this man because I analyzed it not too long ago.
Yeah.
I was drafted out of Stephen F. Austin.
Hmm.
Just imagine had I gone where I was supposed to be. But it's all in the Lord's plan. You know,
Absolutely.
we can
Absolutely.
always look after we analyze and look at things. We can always look back and say, "What if?" But the path I took, man, it was truly a blessing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because any two ways about it, what does he say? He prepare a table before you in the presence of your enemies. So your
Absolutely,
enemies
man.
got to see you eat. So you invite your
Absolutely.
enemy to pull up a chair and watch you eat, and watch you
Okay.
feast.
So
You know what I'm
so
saying?
so
Uh-huh.
your head coach basically didn't put you out there in
No,
front of the big schools like he probably should have.
no. And the funny thing about it, I was one of the top 6 defensive tackles in the state of Texas, according to Dave Campbell. Back then that was the most notarized
Yeah,
publication
that's what
for
everybody went
social
to.
media back then.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Hmm.
so I made the third team super team.
Yep.
That's one of the 6. Now, if you the top anything in the state of Texas, that means you could be as well in the nation. I mean, the region as
Hmm.
well as the nation.
But all
You know
the
what I'm
D
saying?
ones in Texas would be after you. Absolutely.
Yeah. So I
Hmm.
mean, man, I've been a big dude since day one.
Yep.
And
Hmm.
man, it's a thing to where I wasn't bad. Had X amount of tackles my senior year, X amount of sacks. Even the guy even said in the newspaper, no one guy could block this guy, and not even knowing what I was doing. I just was, I was 400 plus pound, 400 plus pound bench presser in high school and all that good
Wow.
stuff, man.
Wow.
Man, just yeah, out there really not knowing what I was doing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I knew what don't get cut and run to the ball.
It's
Those are
all,
the only techniques that I knew. You know what I'm saying? But the road, like I said, the road I took,
uh-huh.
watching TV growing up, you never heard of an SFA or a SAM. You might have heard of Prairie View. My dad went to Prairie View.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But you think
Yep.
like, who is them? You really don't pay no mind to one and not the other.
Yeah.
But I always, growing up, I always watched the SEC channel
Hmm.
with Georgia and Auburn. Those are like two of my favorite teams. With Tracy
Okay.
Rocker and
Yeah.
Reggie Flack, Bo, Bo Jackson, of course, um, Bobo, and all those guys. Used to watch the SEC channel. So I'm thinking like, okay, I can do that. I'm
Absolutely.
thinking like I do good. They come get me. I can play just like these guys can.
Yeah.
So it got serious. Um, it got serious in high school.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? When
Yeah.
once I started seeing the publications coming out,
Uh-huh.
Dallas Morning News, Top 100.
Yep.
Heck, I made everybody's Top 100 except my own local newspaper. Ain't that
Really?
funny?
They didn't make you
Yeah.
top.
Man, I made Houston Chronicle, Dallas Morning News, Dave Campbell. I actually made hot dang it, Austin Top 33.
Wow.
Yes, I mean
Yeah.
Austin's Top 33.
Yeah.
But
So
didn't even
back in
make
the
my
day,
own my own
yeah.
newspaper.
So
Yeah.
so when
Yeah,
we was
man.
growing up,
So that's
there was no rivals rating system. It was just, I guess, a bunch of
exactly.
writers and stuff that just
Yeah.
kept up with players and just kept doing.
Actually.
Yeah.
Well, absolutely.
Yeah. So
Absolutely, man. And then
it's big.
the thing, man, like I said, going to my senior year, LSU and them used to call me every single morning, Coach Daryl Dickey and what's the guy from A&M?
RC
Hey, last
Slocum.
time with the A&M camp, he was still there. Not Slocum, it was a guy.
Oh.
He's been on the recruiting side.
Oh. Okay.
Tim. Oh
Tim
God, I forgot his
Cassidy.
name.
Tim
Tim
Cassidy.
Cassidy. Tim
Yep.
Cassidy. Yeah, Tim
I know
Cassidy.
him well.
Those guys would call me every morning. I would get up and get dressed and sit by the landline, seeing which one's gonna call me first. And I
What?
was like, how did they get my phone number? Because, like I said, back then, no social media where they could reach you. Because I'm telling you, man, I had this guy flat out didn't like me. He didn't like our class, really.
Crazy.
You know what I'm
Wow.
saying?
Wow.
But like I said, that's no here, no there.
Yep.
But then once
Yep.
recruiting came, like I had 107 tackles my senior year.
Hmm.
I had a decent senior year, man.
Hmm.
And once that stuff came, man, I don't know what happened. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking like, okay, it's on. I had a good senior season, played 15 games,
Yeah.
and went 13-1-1 that year. And I thought I had myself in position, to be successful as far as the
Absolutely.
recruiting process, because the guys before you,
Yep.
they're visiting UCLA's, the Baylor's, Kansas State.
Yeah.
We had a couple of blue chip D linemen that came through before me. So, okay, I'm going to follow in their footsteps. But I think
Absolutely.
I did good enough, something like what these guys did to
Hmm.
have myself lined up. No,
Yeah.
nothing. I
Wow.
was just turned on to Stephen L. Nothing against Stephen F. No shout out to the Jacks. Hey,
Yep.
thanks for that opportunity. Shout out
Hmm.
to Coach Cheers because you remember, as we get to that story, it's something Coach Cheers did for me that I'm greatly indebted, forever indebted to him for, man. I'm grateful
Okay.
for that, man. But
Okay.
anyway, Stephen F. probably was the only school that he turned me on to. Remember Coach Knox? What's up, Coach
Yeah.
Knox? If you
He was a
happen
DC
to be
before
listening to
Cheers,
you,
wasn't he?
no,
Yeah.
no, 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 no. He was on the offensive side.
Oh,
He
not
was a
was he?
receiver coach. Yeah, yeah, Coach Knox,
Okay.
Greg Knox.
Okay.
He did a yeah. Knox he's been in the SEC forever. He's been in Auburn,
Okay.
Florida, and a couple of other schools. I don't know where he is now,
Hey
but oh
man.
no, he's up there with Buffalo. I think. He's at University of Buffalo now.
Oh really?
But
Yeah.
yeah, he's actually a guy that's a Syntex. So he's from Rosebud Lot, which is probably about 20, 30 miles outside of Waco.
Oh,
But that
okay.
was the only school I was turning to besides JUCOs, and I was actually going to go JUCO. I ended up, qualifying, being a qualifier. got the ACT out of the way.
Yeah.
I was actually going to go to Trinity Valley, and the guy told me I could go one semester. And he's like, "What do you want to do?" I said, "Man, I want to go to LSU." He said, "Okay, I tell you what, you come down here, do good. You come here one semester." I didn't have to graduate because I was a qualifier.
Yeah.
But Knox, you know what I'm saying? With his tactics, can't knock the man. He got to my mama.
Yeah.
And I told my mama the deal. You don't know what you're talking about. Those coaches know what they're talking about. So what happened, well, she threatened me. I'm gonna take your car. Well, goodbye, Juco. Hello, Stephen F. You know, so but the first year you graduated in '94, right?
Yeah. 94.
Okay, so you didn't see AD 92, 93. I was the most
Yeah.
rebellious cat at Stephen F. Now like I know, any athlete, it is a no to skip off season.
Yep.
Man, I used to skip off season at Stephen F. Man, I would go home on a Tuesday because I did not want to be there.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? I'm there. Me and Gibby bumped heads.
Mm-hmm.
Telling me, Gibby, you sound like a wrestler. Let me tell you something, son.
David Gibbs.
I
Yeah.
don't believe in playing freshmen.
Oh, is that
Man,
what he
me and Gib,
said?
we stay. I was always in the office.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, he had Hargrove. Was it Hargrove, Hargrove, something like that?
Uh,
He had a bunch of mediocre defensive tackles. I hope that. Sorry, y'all, but
yeah.
we were a mediocre D line. Put you like that.
Yep.
Chris
Yep.
Roberson was our best lineman,
Yep. I know.
and
This is
Cody was
good.
a fire plug. Cody Johnson.
Okay.
But the rest of them, man, it was like, boo. And I'm like, look here, man. I come from a winning program. That was my, hey, man, that was my field. I'm from Waco, Texas. I come from a winning program,
Yeah.
and you got these guys in front of me, man. These guys are better than me.
Mm-hmm.
Then he comes sounding like a dang wrestler doing a promo. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
And man, we go back and forth, back and forth. So okay, I'm telling you what, I'm going to rebel. I'm going to skip. I'm not coming. I'm not going to all season. Man, they would come looking for me. I'd be sitting in my room, pimp, like against the wall. You remember those bathrooms in Hall 20 had the big mirror?
Yeah.
I would look at the mirror, looking at that big window,
Uh-huh.
looking at them, looking in my room. They couldn't see me, but I could see them.
Really?
And I'm talking on a hot calling card to one of my
Yeah.
homeboys back
Okay.
posted my side, man. Look for it, man. I ain't go to all season day, man. I don't even want to be here. I hate this place. I can't stand play. This school is whack, man. 6% black. Ain't nothing to do here, man. Ain't no life here, man. Man, T, I'm telling you, I go home on a Tuesday.
Yeah.
I tell you, tell Love and Pal,
Uh-huh.
I'm gone. I'll see you guys Sunday or Monday morning. I was telling you, I was skipped the whole week.
Yeah.
But remember, I was out for 2 years. That's when we met, when I came back.
When you came
You know what
back,
I'm saying?
yeah.
Yeah, when I came back. Yeah,
So I
remember?
didn't know you before that. Yeah.
Yeah. I left, man, and one day I was watching what one thing that spurred me to come back when I got to Waco, man. And the thing about it, if you want to see time fly, sit on your do nothing and do nothing.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, I'm pretty sure people, we go getters now.
Right.
Now, I never call myself a grinder or a hustler
Yeah.
because I like to pass this along. A grind wears out. I churn.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You remember your grandmother used to churn that butter?
Yeah.
It got bigger. You see what I'm saying?
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Oh, they
I
churn that
love it.
ice cream with them. It got bigger.
I
So
love
I
it.
churn. I don't grind. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So
Yeah.
whatever I try to do, man, I churn at it. I got a couple of ventures that I'm into, man, that we churning.
Absolutely.
We
Yeah.
churning. We churning. We growing. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
that's
Love it.
the thing, man. When I watched, I remember
Okay.
one day I watched Bobby Taylor playing on NBC. Cause remember Notre Dame always
Yeah.
played on NBC,
From
and I'm watching this dude
From
like,
Longview.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I'm like, man, I could still do that. I could do that.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
I went and I drove down to NAC, had a talk, I think it was with Coach Mack, told him what I had to do,
Mm-hmm.
came back to Waco, enrolled in the local JUCO.
Mm-hmm.
I had to earn 24 hours just to get back. So
Wow.
I did that. I
Okay.
came back to Stephen F. and I actually fell short. I had to pay for that year. Remember, I was a scholarship athlete. I had
Uh-huh.
to pay for that year, man. And I actually flunked. I was really supposed to be gone, but by the grace of God, man, I'm sitting there. Coach Cox was the D line coach, but Roberson and that time I came back with Roberson, I think Gibbs was still over the DTs, but the main man was Cox. So I'm
Cox
talking
was the
to him.
DC. That's right. Yeah.
No, Shear still was. No, he was just a D line coach.
I thought
Remember?
Cox was the DC
Yeah,
before
no,
Cheers.
no, it was She is the whole time.
Okay.
He's a DB slash DC coach,
Yeah.
DB slash DC. Man, I'm
Okay.
sitting there with Cox, man, crying my eyes out, man. He said, I tell you what, man, I had failed political science. So I tell you what, he said, go ask that teacher, can you audit the class? His name was Dr. Cox as well. I
Okay.
was like, Dr. Cox, man, I audited the class. I'm hurting T because I bust my hump.
Yeah.
That year I actually put forth an effort. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Taking notes, going to class, knowing that this was my one and final chance,
Yep.
to do what I need to do.
Yep.
But man, he let me audit the class. I ended up passing the class, man, regain that eligibility. But here's the thing though, man. I remember going to the summer. Chiswick told me if I miss one day of summer workout, which me and you both know that was voluntary.
Mm-hmm.
He said, don't you bring your fat A, I don't curse y'all. Don't you bring your fat A back out here. So, I teach kids today,
Yeah.
some people don't have a filter from their mouth to their brain.
Yeah.
You take in you retain what's good, you
Mm-hmm.
siphon out what's bad.
Absolutely.
So when he told me I better not bring my fatty back no more, you know how I took that tea?
What?
Coach, I'm not fat, I'm fine, baby. You know what I'm saying? I'm fine. In my mind, you can't talk about Chiz. Chiz had that old military chin, that old hard chin. He
Yeah,
had that look
buddy.
about himself. In my mind, I stood up to him. I said, I'm fine. Don't you ever call me fat, player. Anyway, but the thing about it, on a serious note, man,
Mhm.
I took that and I ran with it.
So
And I
that's
got, you remember, go ahead.
no. Finish your story because I got
But
this question.
you remember we got those 100% gold, those little plaques for not missing a day.
Yeah.
I ended up earning a 100% gold plaque.
Yep.
I never missed a day. I mean, we going down there every day at noon
Uh huh.
in that East Texas dry heat, man. I
Yeah,
bust my hump.
buddy.
And the season came, that was my only shot. My
Good.
only
Good.
shot to do what I need to do. But you remember
Yeah.
at that time, I played nose guard with De La and Kickdoor.
Kicked
You
out.
know what
Yep.
I'm saying?
Yep.
I played nose guard with both of those guys, man. And the thing of it is, I remember Chiswick. This is why I give him a big shout out, man. If I never told him thank you, I say thank you now, Chiz. If this ever comes across you, man, I say thank you for what you done for me.
For sure.
Cox as well, and all the guys along the way that supported.
Yep.
But Chiswick, I remember one day he said, Anthony Degrate, the scouts want to know, can you play 65 plays?
Mm.
That's the day we played Jacksonville State. And he said, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. He said, Eugene Garner and De La, you guys are down today. He sat them down. They didn't even play. They didn't even suit up.
Wow.
I played that whole game. And and in my mind, man, and I'm telling you, Coach Robert McFarland, shout out to Coach Mack.
I was mad.
Oh man, much love to Coach Mack, man. I know I didn't understand him at first. This guy, who's this little fat dude, cussing everybody out, but man, he was an architect of the O line.
Yep.
Great guy, man.
Yep.
Once you figure that stuff out,
Uh
oh,
huh.
the cussing is part of it, is who he is.
Exactly.
Once you figured out what he meant, what
Yeah.
he was meaning,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like, man, this is a great guy, and he's the best. That guy told me I was going to the NFL.
You did?
No, he was the liaison. He told me before, because I started believing as time after that 1 year I did play. I really started believing, but he told me before it even happened. If he's a prophet, he hit the hammer on the head.
Yes, you
But
did.
I'm sorry, the nail on the head. And that game, I didn't make many tackles, but one thing you can see whenever you watch the wide version of the film,
Mm-hmm.
I don't care if they threw a 50-yard pass, you saw a big dude busting his hump to the ball. Did I get there? No. But you saw effort.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? That's one thing Mac told me too. Run to the ball. Run
Yeah.
to the ball.
Yeah.
Run to the ball.
Wow.
Okay. Even when you're fatigued, when your mind is gone,
Uh huh.
one thing that stayed with me that year, run to the ball. I had no technique. And another shout out to Chiz. Chiz saved me by running. We had a defense called Stack AB. We line up in the A gap and slant B because I
Mm-hmm.
had good lateral footwork.
Yeah.
So I had pretty good lateral movement, lateral movement, and good redirection.
Yeah.
I was pretty good at that stuff. So he saved me by actually calling that stunt out a whole lot that year.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But then, after that season, I
So
got myself in order, as far as trying to prepare myself to go to the NFL. I worked out with Larry and
So let me
That
ask you let me ask you this. So
uh-huh.
yeah, because I'm trying to get this sequence together and ask these things in order so everybody can know the sequence. So you was at SFA, sat out a year, then you play and do pretty well. So my question is, at what point did you feel like you were a viable draft pick? I know you just said that coach told you was going to get drafted, and so I guess that's when you start feeling like you could play
Well,
in the next level.
that part that it is parts to it.
Okay.
That sparked it.
Hmm.
Me running around every day. I worked out. I'm chasing Larry. Those guys 230 and power probably about 185. He swore he was 6 feet. Power swore he was 6 feet 190. We number like 5'8", 175, 170. But I chased those guys every day. Could I beat them running? No.
Yeah.
Could I outquick them? No.
Yeah.
But working out those guys and Coe's Roy, you know what I'm saying, my
My
boy.
man, shout out
But
Coes.
working out, yeah, working out with those guys every day, man, and just feeling good about yourself.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? As
Yeah.
it got closer, you know what I'm saying? It's like boom. And then my mother sent a letter one day written. Remember how we was write? You remember how we were in school? I will not do this or that anymore. You write it. You write it 100 times.
Yeah.
My mother wrote me front and back 2 pages. Anthony Degrate is an NFL player.
Look at
When
that.
I got that letter from her, when she mailed me that T, man, I started saying, I started going to tell her, hey man, I'm going to the NFL. That was the true buy-in. But leading up to when Chiz, I mean when Max said it, well,
Yeah.
when Chiz gave me that opportunity by setting the dayline and kicked her down with Gene down,
Yep.
when Max said what he said, the actual working out every day, training, busting my hump, eating right, doing the right things,
Oh.
in a letter from my mother.
Yeah.
That was probably the cherry on top of the cake, cherry on
Wow.
top of the icing or whatever. And that's when I started going telling people, hey man, I'm going.
Straight
You
up.
know, that's not leaving it. And once the workout started coming,
Uh
my
huh.
first workout was actually with
So
Tampa Bay.
so this is
Oh,
another okay, okay. So talk to me about the process of getting ready for the draft. I guess it's a multi-part. Did you know where to start? Like who did you talk to, and ultimately where did you start? Okay, you say Tampa Bay.
well, we didn't have anybody to consult with. All we knew was we run 40s, we do these different field tests, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
5, 10, 5, 20, all that
Right.
stuff.
Yep.
And own workouts. We're going to lift, do some things that's going to help us with the 225.
Yep.
Do some things that's going to help us with. It's going to help us with the 40s.
Yep.
Stretching and eating right. Sometimes we had this thing, man, within ourselves. We called it down for the pound.
Uh-huh.
It was just got the name of this meat market, but they said they actually said it was a meat market, but they also cook food, man. We go there once a week and get these 1 pound hamburgers. I'll get the hamburgers in what do you call them? Ranch style beans or baked
Uh-huh.
beans or whatever.
Uh-huh.
Pound them, get the fries or whatnot.
Yeah.
And after that, everybody be on the phone, bottoms up. There comes the extra. So in you and out of you, you know what I'm saying? But we did that.
Yeah.
But just the whole process of going through it, man, it was a great experience, man.
Uh-huh.
Just the mindset, you know,
Absolutely.
the determination of like, wow, look what this little thing has done for me, as far as working out and
Yeah.
even, the thing of it is the mindset, man.
Absolutely.
Expectation. Like even today,
Okay.
man, kids, you speak, especially today,
Yeah.
you have to speak in expectation, man, because a lot of kids you deal with, you don't know what they woke up to. You probably
Right.
daddy or it's this, that, or the other. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So, um, I it was a thing of expectation.
Okay. So
They,
next, so you're working out, you're preparing, you feel like uh you've got because with linemen, the how many times you can bench 225 was a big deal. So you feel
yeah,
like you got that down.
yeah,
I guess your 40 time, you feel like maybe it's where it needs to be because you were a fast guy. I don't know how fast you wanted to be, but you was pretty fast. So draft day comes. So did you have any idea how that day would go and where you would be headed? Or,
yeah.
you know,
Yeah. I'm in my mama's house. Just watching on TV, just casually watching on TV.
Okay.
The day, first day, of course, nothing happened. And then the second day, the first call I get is the Dallas Cowboys. Hey, Anthony, would you like to be a Dallas Cowboy? Heck yeah.
Wow.
Texas wouldn't want to wear the star. But Dallas never came to Stephen F to work us out or anything.
Okay.
I guess it was word of mouth because I guess it was a region.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because even the first day we went to go do the testing,
That's
and when I
surprising, bro.
remember we were at the we were the first guys to break in that new wellness center. Remember that?
Yeah, I remember.
So when we were going to the wellness center, Coach Kendall, Coach Likens. Coach Likens told me, he kept up, they're A&M guys. He said, hey, those guys over there, A&M are doing the 225. I'm like, oh my goodness. He was like, 11 reps. I'm like, what?
Say weak as water.
I can rep what we do, like 275.
Uh-huh.
I do 275 like 20 times.
Yeah.
So I go in, I do the 225 36 times, and the weight just fell off the bar. Man, I was so up that day, man. I was like, man, I told that dude I was so up that day, T. I said, man, put 315 on the bar. I said, for every 5 reps I do, you can count as one. Because I could do 315 or how much, but I can do 315 probably 15 times easy back then.
Yeah.
And that's how I was like, man, no, you did good enough, man. That's great. I'm, oh, dude, I want to, because me being where I am, Steve Neff, because they compared you to Oklahoma State.
Exactly.
I feel like every little thing counted.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But then as you start seeing guys from those schools going in the late rounds, I didn't think I was going to get drafted. But then Tampa Bay was the first guys that came work me out,
Okay.
along with Rob Marinelli, the
Okay.
director of personnel. I think either that or the scouting or whatever,
Uh-huh.
the scouting department and the defensive line coach. And that day, I went through his workout. Rob Marinelli dogged you. I was so hyped that I had my rip fuel. You know what I'm saying? That rip fuel.
Yep. I
I
remember.
took it at the right time, the right amount. I'm like, come on, man, let's go, let's go. I'm crunk.
Yeah.
Come on, no. Wait a minute, buddy, you doing good? And after the workout, he was like, hey, you know what? He said, you know what? He said, hardly anybody ever finishes this workout. I'm like, wow, man, I was that day. I could feel it.
Yeah.
I had my little bitty shorts on, or what they call them shorts, my short shorts. Oh man, yeah, I'm feeling like that guy.
Yeah.
I killed that workout. I had other workouts, other teams, but that one, I guess that one did it. But
Yeah.
then plus, I didn't have much experience playing that
Right.
1 year.
Yeah.
But
Exactly.
then even now, I don't ponder on it, but every now and again, I wonder. I said, man, if I went to the league out of SFA, just imagine had I went while I was supposed to go out of high school,
Yeah.
I might have had I really didn't have a skill set.
Yeah. I got
So I
that.
didn't have a skill set. So had I gone to one of those big schools and caught on, because I probably would have took it a little bit more serious. I didn't take SFA serious.
Right, because you didn't want to be there in the first place.
I don't want to be there at all. It's
So
like
do you remember what pick you were?
seventh round, number two. Was it 209?
209, yes, sir. Look at you. That's what's up, man. I was in the dorm or out the on campus apartment right there. Boy, you was my brother, man. I was like, oh man, I know something good about to happen tonight, man. But I was surprised, but I was pleasantly surprised.
I know, man. What was the thing we stayed in? Steen or the Tower? What was that
No,
thing
yeah,
called?
Steen is the girls' dorm. It was like, yeah, I forgot the name of it too, but
I forgot, man.
it
I'm
was
telling
on
you,
campus apartments.
man, I could think about me and you, man. I just bust out laughing.
Me too, man. These hilarious times, bro. Hilarious. Hey, man, I wanted you to be a Sigma, bro, but I don't know, man. You act like
Man,
you wasn't down for the cause.
I told Spikes, that little bitty son, so you hit me by, I will beat. I told you remember most of the football players were frat guys, they were small.
Yep, yep, yep.
Odoms and your Todd. I'm like, man,
Mhm.
they wanted me to be an Omega too. And I'm like,
Okay.
I will beat the brakes off of you. I will
I,
get whipping.
and I
I'm
bet
not,
you,
you're
I,
not finna put the trunk
yeah,
and take you and none of that.
I bet they were all afraid to, pledge you too. She was like, man, I ain't pledging that big boy.
Brother, man.
So let me ask you, man, what kind of grind was it, man? Just on that level, like in the off seasons. 'Cause I know you was in a couple of camps with Tampa Bay, and I just working hard to stay on that level, and
Ain't the
let the
same.
people know, man.
That first year I went, man, I was overwhelmed.
Okay.
You know, no experience.
Yep.
Who would have thought somebody with 1 year? I wouldn't even call it a full year. Remember, I shared it with Aaron and Gene.
Exactly. Yeah.
Serious. I'm in this mud taking pictures. Oh, that's so and so. I was, y'all
I
over
know. You was like a fan.
there. That's war done. That's real Anthony, the guys you see on TV, man,
Yeah.
on the big time. I'm like, one day I sat and I was talking to myself. Hey, man, you big? They're big.
Yeah.
You're fast. Fast.
Already.
They're here. Let's buckle up. That first day I was there, man, I had no technique, dude. I'm out there like this, like I said, overwhelmed. The second back, I told Marinelli, hey, coach, okay, no, because we're all adults. You can talk how you want to.
Uh-huh.
You can position coach by his first name. If
Okay.
you call
Wow.
Tony,
Yeah. Wow. He will allow you to call him Tony.
yes, you can call everybody by the even in the upper office, upper admin. You can call those dudes with the exception of probably Mr. McKay that doesn't
Okay.
know the. But you can. I mean, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I forgot the old man's name. Malcolm Glazer.
Okay.
But I said, Coach, man, can you teach me how to play nose guard? Man, T, when I tell you the dude showed me film
Yeah.
of the don'ts of defensive line, he showed like Warren Sapp, Chris Dolman, what's that little dude, John Randall, and every single don't. You remember we were Cowboy fans.
Uh-huh.
Fans, when we needed to play, as a fan, you understand, we need to play. Come on, our superstars make a play.
Yeah.
But he showed Leon Lay during the game. Leon Lays get ate up because he was too zapping.
Yeah.
The attack, yeah, well, you understand what I'm saying. You're a coach. But he
Uh-huh.
was time getting his lunch ate. He looked
Wow.
one line would turn and wall him off. He looked the other way, a line would turn and wall him off.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, okay, I got it. Man, T, when I tell you I became a technician, you couldn't trap me anymore.
What? Yeah. So talk to me about being on the same field with cats that you've seen on TV, and that you just admired.
Well, once you got acclimated, you
Hmm.
know, they were one of the guys.
Okay.
Um,
So Warren Sapp was one of the guys.
yes and no. He was one of the guys that was above and beyond, man. That dude was different. I mean, that dude was like from another planet. You look at game day. I
As
never
far
seen
as
nobody with a squiggly line down the middle, huh?
no, go
Oh, as a
ahead.
player, I never
Okay.
seen a guy like before the game. He take him a plug of Copenhagen or whatever that bullcorn was. Boy, stick that bullcorn in his mouth, and boy, he get crunk, and then he had like a squiggly line down the middle of his bicep. You like, dang, this dude is. He was all that funny built, little bitty legs,
Uh-huh.
little bitty chest, but long arm. But that dude was, oh man, wow.
So
That dude was something to behold.
so could you outrun him? Like I said,
Nah,
you were a big
that
fast
dude,
dude.
that dude could run. I weighed him. Now he came back to camp that second year out of shape.
Yeah.
Come on, I'm ready to be great. No, you ain't. I'm in shape, buddy. I went with the linebacker. Yeah, yeah. But you know one thing though, man.
Uh-huh.
Me coming from Stephen F. Austin, this is no joke. I stayed in an apartment complex with Kevin O'Day, which
Okay.
I think DC somewhere in the league now.
Okay.
But he was like Monty Kiffin's right hand.
Okay.
And I was walking around the apartment complex playing with the kids and stuff. And I had a couple of friends over there.
Yep.
And one day I ran into O'Day and he was like, hey man, we were talking about you and your talent level and Warren Sapp's. It's like he did this, T. I said,
Wow.
y'all telling, wow, man, dude, I started crying.
Wow.
Because I'm like, dog, I'm from over here
Yeah.
at this small school. Really
Yeah.
didn't have, probably the coaching that he got. He's a natural athlete. That dude's a natural.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? He could do a whole lot. He's 300 pounds, could do whatever.
Wow.
But for that dude to tell me that, man, dog,
Yeah.
that just made that just made my day.
It hit different.
Like,
Yeah,
oh
man.
man, like wow. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I don't look, I don't, it's water under the bridge. That's so long ago.
Right.
But what I do now is I teach it. That's one of my businesses is, training athletes and, developing a skill set. You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
nowadays, when kids go to college, they're pretty much turnkey. If you
Yeah.
have a top athlete and a lot of, big time schools are coming after them,
Hmm.
the only thing they can tell you is, son, I need you to play. And oh man, you can't. I
Yeah.
mean, cosmetics. Once upon a time, cosmetics was a thing. The University of Oregon, which I don't like it because cosmetics is one of the smoking mirrors.
Uh-huh.
Oh, they got the best uniform, and it's done matriculated down to little league. Oh
Yeah.
man, our uniforms look like this, man. Look here.
Little
You
leagues
give me
have
a
3 to 4 uniform changes now. Absolutely.
yes,
That's
yes.
crazy.
That uniform ain't gonna win you a championship. That uniform won't go into you a scholarship.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I told the kids, man, we can put on a white T-shirt and paint some numbers on there. It's what's instilled in you. Like
Yeah.
me, with little kids, I don't do 7-on-7 because that's another form of smoking mirrors. Okay,
Okay.
where's the line at? So what I do in the off season, the kids that I coach and train,
Hmm.
we're gonna get faster, we're gonna get stronger, we're gonna know our why.
Yeah.
You gotta know your why.
Right.
Why do I need to be quick? Why do I need to be fast?
Right.
Like I seen, we were back in the day, a little town, Martin Chilton. They could be Waco and all them guys in 7-on-7. But
Really.
reality, when you strap it up on Friday nights, 5 against 1-8, get out of here. It
Exactly.
ain't happening.
Nope.
But in 7-on-7,
They could
where
do
the
it.
smoking mirrors, they
Yeah.
could beat
Yeah.
everybody.
Exactly.
So that's one thing I do, man. The little bit I learned when I was in the NFL, one thing I could say the Sapp taught me
Okay.
once he saw that I could play,
Hmm.
he said this right here. He said, "Hey, look here, man. As good as I am, I can't do everybody's job."
Hmm.
He said, "Do your job and trust your eyes."
Trust your
What
eyes.
I pass on to the kids today, trust your eyes.
Yeah.
When I tell the kids, trust your eyes, I said, now you see it not lying to you. I said, now look at this. I said, don't y'all see a big old black good looking man standing before they bust out laughing? I said, y'all been lying to me. I
Trust
said,
your
you see what
eyes.
yeah, trust your eyes. You see what you see, baby. You looking at it.
I
But
know.
that's I teach them too, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Trusting your eyes and doing your job. Because I do girls basketball and like football. When I talk to football players, well, heck, I'm
Uh-huh.
actually coaching the league now. We knew growing up in school about fractions.
Right.
Any of the same number over the like any number over any number equals one.
Hmm.
In football, it's 11 over 11. You got 11 guys doing their individual job. That's
Hmm.
one whole. That's one machine working together.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Same
Yep.
thing with basketball. Five over
Yep.
five equals one.
Yep.
If I'm not doing my job, I mean, if I'm doing my job and not yours, you doing yours and not mine.
Right.
We're all on the same accord. We got some continuity going and some
Right.
harmony, and we're in sync. We're gonna be hard to beat.
Yeah. So
So
let me
that's one
so
thing.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
absolutely. No, I'm gonna get to that. And so let me ask you this real, before we get too far away from it.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, you were there with, what was it, 3, 4 Hall of Fame players on those teams. It felt like
Sap,
it. Yep.
Sap, Brooks,
Lynch.
Lynch.
So
Pretty sure
that's,
Nicholson is on his way. He played in the
yeah,
league 100 years.
yeah. So
Done.
so my question is, what are some habits of Hall of Fame players that you could pass on possibly to others, that you would
Well,
say?
there's nothing new under the sun.
Okay.
Hard work.
Hard work.
Hard work.
Hard work.
There's never a substitute for hard work. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
And one thing you can piggyback off of that and add to it is expectation.
Okay.
Expect to do it. That's just like when we play, man. If we make a play, you're supposed to do that, right? That's what you get paid to do. That's what you're trained to do, right?
Yeah.
So if I make a tackle, be it a shoestring tackle or a slobber knocker,
Uh-huh.
that's what I'm supposed to do because the opportunity presented itself.
It was
Even
there.
if I got to run down the field 25 yards
Yeah.
to make a tackle, okay, now they tell you when ball gone, what do you do? That's pursuit drill,
Yeah.
right?
You take off,
If
find
I
the
make it,
ball.
yeah, you don't want to make it 25 yards down the field,
I know,
but
right?
that's part of what you're trained to do. So
Absolutely.
expectation is a big part of hard work, expectation, man, and
Okay.
also determination. So
Good. Good.
yeah.
And one other question about that team, Tony Dungy. So what are your thoughts on him as a man, as a coach, and I mean he's a Hall of Fame as well.
Well, that guy, man, it was a trip because people think coaching is screaming and hollering,
Yeah.
being high strung.
Uh-huh.
Man, that dude right there was the same dude coming and going. His voice is gonna be low. I mean,
Uh-huh.
one time, you remember the kick return to Brian Mitchell?
Uh-huh. Right.
Brian was a little arrogant, little so and so.
Okay.
I mean, we were in a team huddle. He said, "Hey, he said, Brian Mitchell, if you get an opportunity, I want you to take that little punk out." He's just like that dude. I mean,
But y'all
it's
start
just
laughing.
like, oh man, no, people were trying to get him because that was Tony Dungy.
Oh
The
no.
dude was
So he was
the
saying
dude.
take out Brian Mitchell.
Yes, the dude. Because Brian said something slick to him.
Brown was in
Tony was,
Philadelphia, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
no, he's in Washington at the time.
Okay.
He's
Washington.
in
All right.
Washington, but man, he said something slick. And, Tony was an even, laid back, even kill guy. You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah.
mean, if he's mad, he has the same demeanor as he's happy. If he's mad, I'm telling you, Pimp,
How do you do that?
she beats me. I mean, this dude had a double poker face. Yeah, this dude had like a double poker face. You know, but you know what? He was a player's coach. He
Yeah.
was a people person.
Yeah.
God fear man that you could appreciate about him. But yeah, man, that dude, that was a great guy to play for.
All
I
right.
wasn't there as long as I wanted to be. I went on to play a little arena football after
Mm-hmm.
3 years over there in Florida and Tampa. So
Okay.
same town.
Mm-hmm.
Still got to see some of the same people because heck, the NFL fans were arena league fans as well.
Fans too. Yeah. Yeah.
I had a
Absolutely.
great experience with that too. Stayed there for 3 years.
Yeah.
Got to do some things. That's one thing I appreciate about football. It afforded me some things that I got. Some places that I've never gone before.
Yeah.
Traveling. Just different experiences. I wouldn't want to. You know,
Yeah.
I saw. Hey man, I saw some stuff, boy, that trip you out and how people do things, man. Like,
Yeah.
wow.
So I
I'm glad.
remember. I remember your first preseason game. It was the Hall of Fame game.
Hall of Fame
Yeah,
game.
man. And was it against the Chiefs? Is my memory
No,
right, or was it somebody else?
no, it was the Steelers.
Oh, it was the Steelers. Okay.
Steelers, man. I had a pretty good game, man.
Yes, you
Like,
did.
man, we played against and that was actually the second year, man. That's when the techniques and that's when I learned pre-snap reads and
Okay.
understanding. Because man, I'm gonna tell you something, T. Once he showed me,
Yeah.
once I learned the technique, dude, I stopped watching film. In the meeting room, you would sit according to the depth. I was
Okay.
the second nose guard behind Brad Culpepper, and I would
Okay.
always look at the back of his head and say, "Your spot is mine."
Okay. Good
And
deal.
I stopped watching film because I understood now. Now
Yeah.
you get into your fit.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? You're fit.
Yeah.
Attack and then you gap.
Hmm. Where
You
you
know what I'm
supposed to
saying?
be?
And
Yep.
I stopped watching film. I just stared at the back of his head. Your spot is mine.
Look at you.
Dude, boy, look at here. If I could, which I know we can't do, if I could rewind time
Uh-huh.
and I didn't get hurt, T,
Yeah. Yeah.
I believe in my heart of hearts, I'd be one of the best run stopping nose guards in the league.
I believe you would
Straight
have
up.
too, brother.
That
Hmm.
game you watched on TV, man,
Yeah.
those two dudes I played against, that was 19 years experience. Even though we
Wow.
were the backups, but those two guys there, I had them fussing at each other because I learned the technique, as far as playing a double team,
Uh-huh.
to not let the center come off and get up to the backer.
Yeah.
Oh man, I was plugging that hole, man, like none other every play because they were so, I guess they think,
Yeah.
I ain't dumb, y'all. I look dumb, but I'm not dumb. You
Well,
see, you're making the same pre-snap call,
yeah.
and I'm looking down at your feet. Okay, if you guys are close together, you guys are gonna try to deuce me up to the linebacker.
Yeah.
Not happening
Not
because
happening.
I'm gonna, yeah, because I'm gonna
Hey.
beat you, pull you to me, throw my hip in the gap where you can't move. I'm gonna make the guard block me and the center. You see what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
And that's one thing, dude. When I teach this stuff, when I show guys when you're against a nose guard against a guard and tackle,
Yeah.
I mean a guard and a center, you got more, or even a three technique versus a guard and a tackle,
Yeah.
you have more time than you think. It happens
Absolutely.
quick,
Everyone's
but
trying to
but
rush. Yeah.
yeah, you have more time than you think, man.
Yep. Yep.
So that's one thing I analyzed. Once you get it, man, it becomes slow motion. I
Yeah.
can go to football game. I really don't even go to football games anymore because it's so watered down and whatnot. But
Yeah.
I like little league football more than I like high school more than anything.
I hear you. I hear
Yeah,
you.
you know what I'm saying? But like
Mhm.
when you watch it and you see slow motion, like, dude, you in the league still getting trapped? Even on the GT. Like, dude, the GT is slow to develop and you guys are still getting trapped. Even on the zone read, I'm gonna tell you something, T. Lamar Jackson, you
Yeah.
know, they run the zone read, those athletic quarterbacks.
Yeah.
It should never happen. If you teach cross key,
Hmm.
if I'm the defensive end away from you, you're my key because you are across from me.
Uh-huh. Because
Now,
you're
why would I chase that running back if he's going away from me and I
right.
have a defensive end and a linebacker sitting over there waiting on him? Now,
Exactly.
if I abandon my position, he's going to go where I was.
Yeah.
Now, it's called, okay, we play attack, right?
Uh-huh.
Attack style defense, but
Hmm.
the quarterback plays his own read, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
now you attack, okay, now I'm going to attack. Now when you read me, I'm going to read you back. Now
Exactly.
I'm going to be in attack mode because I'm going to win my gap.
Yeah.
But now you wait for me to chase this, still stay in attack mode, chasing that ball. No, I'm not going to chase that ball because I have
Right.
topside help.
Yeah.
I'm going to sit here. I'm going to make you commit to giving that ball. A zone read should never happen to you.
You
You
commit
have
to giving it or you commit to pull let them commit to giving or let them commit to
exactly
pulling it.
because guess what? Why are you chasing somebody who hasn't fully committed because they're still going east and west?
I told my D lineman that today,
It
man.
is,
Yep.
yeah, it's easy. It's easy.
Absolutely.
It
Hmm.
is so freaking easy. Be
And
it you, be it you, be it you zone reading a three technique,
yeah.
a five or nine or what? Because you can read anybody nowadays.
And what does it
You
come
know what I'm
down to? What Warren Sapp say? Trusting your
saying?
eyes.
Trusting your eyes and doing your job.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
easy because your man is gonna take you to the ball
Yeah.
unless they're giving you false reads.
Yeah.
And some coaches know how to do that. You know,
So I
some
like
coaches do.
so I like I haven't done it this year because we have a different type of defense, but I usually like teaching mesh point
Right,
to my D linemen. What did on that level? Did they teach y'all to look at mesh point or anything like that?
man. They taught us to attack and react.
Yeah.
Win your gap.
Okay.
They taught heel line.
Yep.
New
We teach that. Right. Absolutely.
yes, lock the guy out. You hold your gap integrity.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And the
Yeah.
main thing, key in the view of the neck, the guy's gonna take you where you're gonna go. And then the thing, like so even your pre-snap, one thing I teach is pre-snap read. Looking
Hmm.
at the triangle from guard to guard. You know what I'm saying? If those two are close together and you're the nose guard, they're probably gonna double. You're gonna draw a double almost every time.
Yeah.
If he's backside, even if he cheats over a little bit and he sits back, of course, rockets and train could be a possible trap.
Yeah.
And, the trap, the GT, some guys try to hit it with the inside shoulder. No, you don't because it still creates a crease for the back. But if you wrong shoulder it,
Uh-huh.
you wrong shoulder, you're gonna kiss that back right in the mouth. Just,
And
just think about it.
that's
On a GT,
yeah.
power, whatever, well, the GT, be it you pulling a tight end and a tackle
Uh-huh.
or a guard and tackle,
Right.
you wrong shoulder and get up on there because remind you that tackle is a key for the linebacker. The linebacker is going to scrape.
Exactly.
Now, if you stay where you are, guess what? When we freeze the film, why this linebacker from the opposite side of the field and you on the same side of the field in the same gap?
Right.
Because you didn't wrong shoulder. Because
Yeah.
what happens is when that linebacker scrapes to read
Uh-huh.
that pulling lineman,
Yeah.
all you guys are doing is trading places.
Yeah.
Like I teach my linemen, something go away, something's coming back. It almost
Exactly.
always happens that way.
Almost always.
Oh
Absolutely.
man, I mean, I go, I still follow Sapp to this day, and like
Uh-huh.
he'll find guys that are making those boneheaded mistakes,
Uh-huh.
professional D linemen that don't know how to play the GT,
That's
when you
crazy.
understand it, it is slow freaking motion. I mean, Dominican Sue, Miles Garrett, these guys are still getting trapped, and it's happened. But he
But dog,
pinpoint those guys.
at some point you got to give credit to the offense, though, right?
I mean, no, I'm not going to say but no,
Okay.
because I'm a defensive guy. Heck no. I'm going to
Okay.
get on your butt for not being a technician.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, dude, once you reckon, I mean, the thing is, like I say, trust your eyes, the pre-snap reads.
Mhm.
Once that stuff happens, man, I mean, it's like, pop, 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 pop. Just like they're doing it, they're doing what they do. You do what you do.
So is it not enough studying going on?
Could be.
Yeah.
But even still, man, it's it should be natural on that level.
I was just about to say, you've been doing it that long.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I understand every now and again in high school, you know what I'm saying? It
Mm-hmm.
may happen, but even then, dude. But that's what most everybody's running the freaking GT or the power.
Yeah. Yeah, I know.
And then when
'Cause-
they try to establish a run, it's the GT or the power.
Yep.
And sometimes it's zone. Because there are not many things you can do out of the spread. I hate the spread, to be honest with you. I do. Because I like good tailbacks. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
Give the tailback a chance to come downhill. If you just have to be in the shotgun tee, get in the pistol where you can reverse out. You know, like I know you as a defensive coach,
Uh-huh.
when that guy reverses out, you see a linebacker taking that false step, you get
Yeah.
mad. But coach,
Uh-huh.
you reversed out. What do I do? It's natural. Like
Well,
I
yeah.
show my kids now. I have a I showed them, hey man, anytime you come out, these reverse outs creates false steps.
Yep.
That gives the offensive lineman a chance to climb up on these fast linebackers
It gives
who
them
are way
time.
faster than them.
Yep.
Exactly. You
Mm-hmm.
take the right angle, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And boom, I can cut you off. I got you.
This is the
Versus knowing that
thing.
if I got to straight up come at this guy
Yeah.
and we don't give him no deception,
Yep.
no playing the games within the game, then hey, this guy I'll never get him because he's too fast.
Uh-huh. You're
You
right.
could never get Derek Johnson, a Dexter Coakley. Those guys want huge guys, but you
Uh-huh.
could never get them straight up because they're going to outrun you. They're going to beat you to the spot. They're students of the game,
Yeah.
but they're going to beat you to the spot. But now, if I give them deception, if I give them somewhat of a false read, where I get them to move 2 or 3 inches,
Yeah.
just give me 2 or 3 inches where I can establish this angle where I possibly could cut you off. Any one of them for that matter. Any great one.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But if I don't, then chances are I won't have success. So I mean,
Right.
what we
Right.
man. All right, go ahead, man. I'm just man.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm coaching D line at Sharpstown this year, man.
Sharpstown, okay.
Yeah, and you know, this is probably my most passionate position. You know, I've played all three levels. But yeah, D line is what I'm most passionate about, man. So, you know,
Not hard.
yeah, man, it's real simple when you understand it. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? I mean, and right now, for my kids, it's about leverage, you know, out leveraging the opponent, staying low, being gap sound, and
Yeah.
we're trying to read or mirror the O lineman, my ends at least. And you know, that's a work in progress, but that's what I'm trying to have them to do so, you know, we can be a tighter, more efficient defense. But
Right. And
uh go ahead.
no, go ahead, go ahead.
No, uh so now that you know, you have all that experience, you're passing it on to younger kids. I know you were training kids. Are you still training kids, or are you?
Yes, we actually have a facility.
Yeah.
Bought a boys club. I have 3 other buddies.
Okay.
Actually, a guy. No, we had the first year we had a lease with an option to buy. Then a group came in from Tyler, East Texas, tried to buy the facility, but
Okay.
they actually got the other boys club to donate their facility to them, and then they tried to get ours as well.
Yeah.
But we were illegally buying. Hey, we signed a lease. That's legally binding.
Absolutely.
So a guy, this guy, man, is a godsend. Came out of nowhere. At first he asked him,
Hmm.
"Hey, how about you guys give these guys? They ain't bottoms up, huh? You got a little wine over there?
uh,
Got
yeah,
your cold duck?
little coke and rum.
Oh, that ain't Pip over there getting lit, man. You know what, Pip? I never started drinking, man.
This is a little glass.
Oh, man, big old glass. But no, man. No, the guy told him to donate us the building. They said no, so He actually bought the building for us. We're actually in the process of renovating, man. We had some guys came and did some great things,
Yeah.
put a facelift on it. We got a guy coming in and gonna put some graffiti on it. We had a big we're gonna it's gonna serve many purposes. One of our first things is that we're gonna do a after school feeding program there.
Wow.
One thing I'm gonna do, I have my own lawn service.
Yeah.
I'm gonna everybody doesn't go to college.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? I got a friend right now that he makes a $500,000 a year, brother. He makes $500,000 a year cutting grass.
Wow.
Yes, sir.
With
He makes that.
contracts. Yeah.
Yes.
That's what's
I'm
up.
getting into that stuff. I have contract work early, first thing in the morning at a
Okay.
trailer park. I got a few contracts myself.
Nice.
I'm learning, but this guy, no college. You know what I'm saying? Not saying that don't go to college, but it's not for everybody. So one thing we're going to implement over there, we're going to try to find a grant where we go buy some equipment, and because we have a field on the side, we
Yeah.
have a big field.
Yeah.
I actually cut it myself, but
Okay.
I always tell my buddy, hey, man, go find a weed eater because I ain't doing all that weed eating. You know.
Weed
So,
is
but
tough, man.
anyway, yeah, man. But anyway, I we're gonna implement trades, and that's one I think we're gonna have cooking, culinary. But I'm
Mhm.
gonna do that. We're gonna, like I said, try to find a grant where we can get some good equipment on there, and I'm gonna get a couple of guys, just gonna teach it as well as myself.
Okay.
Because like right now, I even have kids. I even have kids to. I'll pick up kids sometimes after school, and
Uh-huh.
we'll go cook yards in the evening.
Yeah,
Keep a little money in their pocket, and
for
I
sure.
got one kid that's 13 years old, man. So his dad named the business after him, and this guy, you talking about can weed eat, and man, no, it has a steady hand. I like cutting with this kid. We compliment each other, and we look, hey man, that edge is sharp right there, man. I come over the top with the zero turn,
Yeah.
and like a perfect, it'll look like a perfect flat top. So that's one
Like a
thing,
flat
man.
top.
Because nowadays when people don't have an idea, pimp,
Yeah.
the first thing they're gonna do, man, I'm gonna pick up a sack, pick up a pistol.
Yeah,
I
man.
think I'm a rob, especially
Yeah.
today's time, man, with stuff being so expensive.
Uh-huh.
But if I could teach these kids a trade, something that could put some money in, some good money in their pocket, maybe
Yeah.
get some clientele,
Yeah.
get you a truck and trailer and get the rolling. Because my goal, I'm accomplishing goals. I have a good amount of equipment, you know,
Yeah.
and my thing is, I'm gonna roll it into a big business. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
My plan,
Absolutely.
even my pastor told me, said, man, go buy everything you need. It's gonna happen for you.
Yeah.
Well, he said, write it down.
Absolutely.
So
Write it down.
yeah, he said, write it down. I got it written in my phone.
Yeah.
I still got a few more things to get. I bought some stuff and we went on this long drought. And I'm like, oh my goodness. Look at my wounds financially, man. I just made, I bought 3 tractors and I'm like, dang.
And then the
But like
drought hit.
now, oh man.
Yeah.
But like now you get into the landscaping, cutting trees back and got pole saws and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So you try to keep yourself active, you know what I'm saying? In doing so, this is a thing you can do year round.
So
So
you're still in Waco?
oh yeah, still
So
here.
man, you're like a staple, man. They need to build a statue of you, brother.
No, they don't. I gotta be still, man. I gotta keep moving, man. If they build a statue of me, you got to ride, you got to get it back in the truck and ride me, man.
you,
No.
you
But
crazy
no, man. Hey, man, I'm the same dude, man. I mean,
already.
if we
Already.
kick the T, I'll be the same AD. Like, dang, dog, you ain't trying. I'm gonna laugh.
Yeah.
I'm gonna still rib you about Bone, man. Bone ain't no thugs, man. Bone's some busters. Hey,
They
I
were
remember
thugs
one
back
time.
in the day.
Hey, man, hey, man, I remember I got you one day, boy. You got hot.
Did
I
I?
think you was man, because I remember you used. Hey, man, you used to play the cover off of Crossroads.
I love
I'm
that
like,
song,
man, them
bro.
old salt man. Hey, man. Bone personifies the true meaning of thug. I'm like, this Bone soft. Get out of here. Say, man, don't talk about Bone, boy. You like, boy, you was getting hot. I'm like, dang, I done ruffled Pimp T feathers.
It took a lot to
Yeah,
ruffle my feathers too, but
yeah, man. But boy, you and that Bone, boy,
yeah,
shoot.
man. Yeah, me and Will went to a Bone Thugs concert too, man.
Oh, for real?
At like the
You
House of Blues down here. Yeah, we went.
okay? You know,
Mm-hmm.
me and Will kicked it at the Cowboys game.
You do,
Uh,
yeah.
a couple years ago, I left it. I left at the end of the third quarter. He like, hey, where you going, man? It's exciting. I said, Willie, this is boring to me, homie. I said, I'm gonna go home. I said, man, I said,
Yeah.
me too. I'd rather watch the game on TV
Yeah.
because I like the color commentary.
Uh-huh.
I
Yep.
like the replay. Because just think, when you go to a Cowboys game, what are we all doing? When you go to Jerry, where are you doing this right here? You don't even
Looking
watch
at
the
the big
game.
ass board,
You're
yeah.
looking at the screen. Exactly.
Yep.
You don't
Yep.
even watch the guys live. You like just stare at the freaking board like,
Look
dang, that's a
like
big so and so.
like you
Yeah,
looking at TV. Absolutely.
yeah, exactly. So I left you like, no, man. I'm like, bye, man.
Yeah, man. Hey, so
Yeah,
so, so how
man.
your boys doing, man? How's Ronald Powell doing, man? I ain't talked to him in a while.
Man, I hear from Powell every now and again. But he's doing good though.
Good, man.
Yeah, I think Powell has his own 18 wheeler. I think he has a moving service. He's been doing that for a few years.
Good.
And he's good in Norwood down there teaching. You know, he's down there with Mustafa, with AJ Mustafa.
Oh, he's
Down at
at
you
Austin
remember
Reagan?
Austin Reagan?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's northeast now. Yeah, so he's
Oh,
down
that's
there.
right. They changed the
Man, the
name.
funny thing, yeah, I actually interviewed there last week. Well, we did a Zoom, and
Okay.
I actually interviewed. And I said, Lord, whichever way I go, whichever way
Uh-huh.
you decide to take it,
Uh-huh.
I ain't tripping. I get it, I get it. I don't, because I'm cool.
Already. Yep.
You know what I'm saying? But
Yep.
the AJ, my boy, he's shorthand. You know, I'll help. I did it before we were at Palestine together.
Yeah,
But
that's right. He
yeah,
I saw him at coaching school. He didn't tell me Norwood was there though,
yeah,
but
man,
we
Wood
was
down
hanging
there,
out at
Wood down
coaching
there.
school.
Yeah, Wood down there coaching elementary, doing elementary and coaching the running backs down there.
Good, good.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
it's a possibility. You know what I'm saying? I don't know
Mhm.
yet, but I ain't tripping. 'Cause, I still got my thing down here.
Already.
You know what I'm saying?
Already.
Doing what I do. So
Yes, sir.
yeah, man.
You doing
Yeah,
your thing, man. Hey, I appreciate you, brother. You
man. I appreciate you, man. I just, this is my boy, man. You know what I'm
hey,
saying? I ain't
you good
changed, man.
friend,
I'm the
man.
same dude coming and going, man. Oh
Yeah, man.
yeah, no doubt. Only thing missing, Pimp, man, you should have had that bandana on your head, man. If you had the bandana on, what was that little white car, that
Yeah,
little Dodge Lancer. What was that car,
uh-huh.
man?
It was
Was it a Lancer?
yeah, something like
Yeah,
that.
man. You see, you should have been. Yeah, you should did the interview in your Lancer, man. Playing Bone, had a Bone on loop, had Crossroads on loop, man.
That's hilarious, bro.
Man,
My college boys, like you and others, they call me Pimp T.
yeah,
So, but then when I talk to my music industry people, I'm Einstein. You know what I'm saying?
Einstein. Okay,
Einstein. Yeah, that was my nickname, man.
so
First
you
first
Einstein.
day, first
Are
day, he
you
was
have?
like, you got to have a nickname. I was like, well, I thought about Pimp T first. I said, no, I don't want these cats calling me Pimp T, man. So I was like, I grew
That's
up,
where
people
your
calling
women
me
at.
Einstein. So I said Einstein. He was like, yep,
Yeah.
that's it. So,
When you said Einstein, I'm
different
thinking, man,
name.
you might be in the studio with K Reno writing some of them big 8-syllable words.
Bro, I used to get in fights and I used to like headbutt cats and
Oh,
they
for real?
started calling me Einstein because I knocked cats out, man. That was early on. And then
Yeah.
when I started playing, I like cracked like two or three helmets. They like,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
you Einstein. That's how
Oh,
that stuck. But yeah, man,
okay.
I'm Pimp T to
Now you
y'all,
should be
man.
called Iron Side,
They man, like my boy was like
Iron Head.
Ironstein, and then it just
Yeah.
morphed into Einstein. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Hey
Yeah.
man,
That's
so hey, this was great, man. I mean, I'm sure
no
people
doubt.
gonna laugh and get a lot of
Mm.
some value out of this thing, man. Because
Man, hey,
you
it's
know,
all good, man. It's like I
yeah,
say, man, this is for me, this is natural. I'm talking to my boy. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
absolutely,
Shoot,
man.
you know what I'm saying?
Hey,
My
that's what's up.
zagging.
So you don't cuss, you don't drink,
No, no,
man. So
no,
I didn't
no,
rub off
no,
on you at all.
no. Cause the thing they said push pull. Either
Yeah,
you gonna be like me, or I'm gonna be like you. I guess we was Jekyll and Hyde. I guess.
absolutely,
Oh yeah. We call
absolutely.
them birds, them two magpies. What they call heckling?
Magpies, yeah.
Yeah, we were heckling Jekyll. But now, man,
Oh
I
yeah,
do
yeah,
it.
Hickman Jekyll.
One reason I well, but of course, the ultimate is my choice.
Yep.
But one thing I try to come across to the kids, man, you don't have to do what everybody else do. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Be blaze your own
Absolutely.
path.
Yep.
Be a trendsetter, man. Like when I
Absolutely.
tell kids I don't curse, the first thing look for, oh, coach, you cursed? No, I didn't.
Yeah.
Yes, you did. You
You
slipped. I said,
you
man,
know you didn't. Yeah.
what's in you gonna come out of you?
Exactly.
I said, you know what? I used to be the worst cursor ever. But I
Did
said,
you?
you know what, man? What? See, boy, I could pick them up and lay them up. Man, you got me up all day, every day, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? I beat
Yeah.
your mother, nigga. I still got that. You know what I'm saying? But it's all covered in the blood of Jesus, man.
Already. Bro,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
when I
But
was at
yeah, man.
SFA, man, I stopped cursing for like, what was it, 3 months?
Yeah.
And then I started playing
You
and I started playing
should have
football and
turned that
started
3 months
back.
to 30 years, man. But I'm gonna tell you something though, man. On the real,
Yeah.
the enemy wants you to eat still. Hey, when something go wrong, cuss that nigga out.
Because the
How
enemy.
bad did that sword so? Oh yeah, man. But it's
Yeah.
all covered in the blood, man. It's easy. I
Already.
quit. Man, when I quit,
Already.
actually I quit at SFA in 96 or 7,
I could believe
five,
that.
6 or 7.
Yeah.
I quit, man. And I was
Yeah.
trying to be a good guy.
Yeah,
I
man.
remember when I was going with this particular Sigma Gamma Rho, and
Oh,
I was trying to
trying
be.
to be
Hey, you
good.
see?
I know.
Hey, have you seen her?
No. She on
Oh,
Facebook or something?
huh?
On Facebook or
No,
something?
I know she ain't got no social media. I
Oh,
know she's
okay.
a principal in East Texas.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah, she's a
Okay.
principal in Henderson.
Okay.
Hey, any of you Sigma Gamma Rose, this will happen to come across this podcast. Tell her I said hello. I'm a single. No, I'm a single man. You know, this is me and my son. Even my son Shani.
Yeah, I know Shannon, man.
Yeah, yeah,
That's
man.
what's
Just
up.
us. When I go to work, I take him to work. He's my boss.
Already.
He
Already.
do
Yep.
he do a little like when we do lawns. He do the blowing. I taught him how to blow.
Good.
You know what I'm saying? Then like when we do I got some vending machines from
Yeah.
Temple to Fort Worth.
Yeah.
He helped me load and stuff like that. So
That's what's
he
up.
stays pretty busy. But he's a supervisor. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So
Good
yeah, just
deal.
us two, man.
Yeah.
My boys there. I got two in Austin.
Okay.
Well, I'm sorry, one's in Austin, one's in San Marcos,
Okay.
and three here in Waco. So
That's
there.
what's up. You're a boy dad. I had to have one. I had three
Yeah.
boys first, and then I had my girl finally. So I'm
How old is the light skinned one now? The one you had used to bring to camp. He
yeah,
gotta be
yeah.
about 20 now, right?
22. He
22.
just turned
Yeah, my,
22,
yeah,
and
my
he
baby,
he
man.
he he works for a landscaping company.
Yeah.
Yeah, in Wichita. He likes it.
Wichita Falls, Kansas.
Kansas, Kansas. Yeah,
Okay, okay.
he been there a
Man,
while.
but yeah,
Yeah,
man, my
he's
baby
my
too,
boy.
man. Them boys what 25, 27, 29,
Yeah, man.
31, and 33.
I remember them boys was 6, 5, 4, 3. Like
Yeah, boy,
damn,
I
the
had them
great
early.
back to
Yeah,
back to
stuff.
back.
Yeah, man, they grown now, man. I got two granddaughters, man.
Awesome.
13, yeah, 13 and 9. And they
Yeah, that's
in the
awesome,
sports,
bro.
which I like that. One of them's in Round Rock
Yeah.
playing volleyball and basketball.
Okay.
I don't do the volleyball.
Yeah,
I go to basketball. I drive down a basketball game, though. That
for
volleyball
sure.
stuff, volleyball like watching paint dry.
Man, I love
Mm.
it now. I know all about
You
it. My
you got a niece, right?
Yeah, for UK,
Yeah,
Kentucky, yeah.
yeah.
And ever since she's been playing is how I got into it. And yeah, I love it
What,
now.
what school did she come from? Did she go to school in Texas?
South Grand Prairie, yep.
Oh, SGP.
SGP, yo,
I
they
know if she did that, she probably down there playing for
Texas,
Texas.
Texas
Don't
Image.
tell me. Texas
Uh,
Advantage.
Image.
TAV. Oh,
No,
Image.
not TAV, yeah, Image.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, man, TAV. It's I go to we play tournaments at the facility,
Uh-huh.
man, and you look on that wall, the girls they sent to college, man. Oh my goodness.
I know.
Ah, man,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah. That's a really
I
good
met,
program.
yeah, I met, yeah, man. Cause like I know back then they were saying like I remember one time we was in Round Rock and we were playing a tournament and
Yeah.
like we got some decent sized girls, man. Them volleyball girls walking that thing, man. I'm like, damn. I'm like, yeah, we're the 16U. Man, the 17U walked in 6'4", 6'4", 6'3".
Yeah.
Like, dang. Then they told us, like, give us a little bit of the program.
Yeah.
They say before they roll out one volleyball tee, they collect 1.29 million in registration fees
God,
before they roll out one volleyball.
big business right there, boy. And yeah, because
Man,
they in these big convention centers with like 100 different courts.
no, and then it'd be 800 teams.
Yeah, eight
Cause I
hundred
had,
teams.
I trained. I had 6 girls from Midway that I trained,
Yeah, yeah,
and man, Midway has a good program, but man, you get to looking at those girls from the inner city where they're
yep,
getting like I had those girls for 2 years.
yeah.
I had them on the Vertimax. One thing I helped is a lot of coaches don't understand. They don't understand footwork
Right.
and the ball. Anytime I evaluate any athlete pimp that I'm working with,
Yep.
first I'm gonna look at other feet.
So
And
hey,
actually I don't have to look at your feet. I can listen to your feet.
yeah. Oh, look at
Right.
you.
Oh man, that stuff easy.
Yeah. So
If I
let
hear it, uh-huh.
so we running out of time, bro. So it's about to count me down.
Oh.
Hey, yeah. But I'll hit you back. But we
Say
gotta
man,
go.
you need to make us a reservation to Turkey Leg Hut, man.
I know.
Man.
This is Eric T. Jackson with my boy Anthony Degrate. And
Hey,
this has been Finally Financial, man. Love you, boy. Peace.
you too, man. Be good. All right.
Yep. All right, buddy.
Yeah.